Hi everyone, in this video I am going to solve O-Level Mathematics T Paper 2 in a session October-November 2024 Paper 2-2. So let's start with the first question. Question number 1 Part A. These are the contents of a bag of mixed fruits. Pineapple, mango and papaya. Calculate the mass of mango as a percentage of the total mass of the mixed fruit. Okay, so the mass of the mango is 84 grams. What is the total mass? So the total mass is, we have to add them up. Pineapple is 96 grams, mango is 84 grams, and papaya is 60 grams. This is 240 grams is the total. So we have to find the mass of the mango is 84 over the total mass of the mixed fruit is 240 times by 100, because we are dealing with the percentage, right? Let me simplify. We have 84 times by 100 divides 240. This is 35%. Now for part B, Tom makes a drink by mixing juice and water in the ratio of 3 and 7. Juice is in the ratio of 3 and water is in the ratio of 7. He makes 1.4 liters of this drink. Calculate the amount of juice Tom uses. Give your answer in milliliters. Let me repeat the question that Tom makes a drink by mixing the juice and the water in the ratio of 3 and 7. So the ratio of juice is 3 and the ratio of water is 7. And what is the total ratio? The total ratio is 3 plus 7, which is equals to 10. All right. He makes 1.4 liters of this drink. The total ratio is 10 and the total drink he makes is 1.4 liters. It means 10, the total 10 is equals to 1.4 liters, right? So what is 1 equals to? 1.4 liters divided by 10, which is 14. 1.4 divided by 10, sorry, 0.14. So 1 is representing 0.14 liters, right? Calculate the amount of juice Tom uses. Now for the juice, his ratio is 3, right? Juice ratio is 3. So what 3 is equals to? So 3 would be equals to 3 times 0.14 liters. Okay, times by 3. This is in liters, 0.42. Okay, 0.42 liters. Now we have to convert our answer into milliliters. 1 liter is equals to 1000 milliliters. So liters to milliliters. So we can say 0.42 times by 1000. You will get the answer in terms of milliliters, which is 420 milliliters. The conversion is 1 liter is 1000 milliliters. All right. Moving to part C, the cost of fruit drink is directly proportional to the amount of juice it contains. A fruit drink containing 125 milliliter of juice cost is $1.50. Calculate the cost of the fruit drink containing 175 milliliter of juice. All right, so this is the cost of the fruit drink. In the cost of that drink is directly proportional to the amount of juice we are using in that drink. So a fruit drink contains this much of juice and the cost is this much, right? When the juice contain 125 milliliter, they are directly proportional, so the cost is $1.50. We have to find the cost, right, when it contains this much. All right, so let's solve for 1 milliliter. 1 milliliter cost is 1.50 divides 125, right? And find for 175 milliliters. The cost is 1.50 divides 125 times 175. All right. 1.50 divides 125 and times 175. This is 2.1. So the cost of that drink is $2.01 or 10. Now for part D, Kofa has a bag containing nuts and raisins. Okay, the bag has nuts and raisins. There are 285 grams of raisins in the bag. And the remaining 62% of the mass in the bag are nuts. Calculate the mass of nuts in the bag. Okay, so total percentage of mass of a bag which contain the raisins and the nuts is 100%, right? So from 100%, if I subtract 62%, 100 minus 62 is 38%, means 38% are the raisins. All right, 38% are raisins and the remaining 62% are the nuts, and the total make 38% are raisins, 62 are nuts, and the total are 100%, right? Okay, so if 38% is equals to 285 grams of raisins, what 1% is equals to? 285 divides 38 grams, right? 285 divides 38, which is 15 by 2 or 7.5. This is 7.5 grams, and we have to find the mass of nuts in the bag, which is 62%. So the 62% is 62 times, this is not in percent, sorry, 7.5. This is in grams. 62 times 7.5, this is equals to 465 grams. Now for part E, the mass of mixed nuts and seeds in a bag is 500 grams correct to the nearest 10 grams. So this is 10 by 2, which is equals to 5. So it is correct to the nearest, so we have to find the upper and the lower bound. So in 500, and this is in grams, this is in grams, right? So we have to add 5, and in 500, we have to subtract 5. This is 505 and this is 495, right? This is a mass of mixed nuts and seeds. This is the upper bound and this would be the lower bound, and this is for the mass of mixed nuts and seeds. All right, the mass of nuts in a bag is this much. This is a mass of nuts in a bag is 3850 grams correct to the nearest 5 grams. Again, both have the same unit, so we have to do 5 by 2. What is 5 by 2? 2.5. Yes, so we have to add and subtract 2.5 basically. So for this we have to do 350 add 2.5 and 350 subtract 2.5. 350 plus 2.5, 352.5, 352.5 and 350 subtract is 347.5. 347.5. Again, this is the upper bound and this would be the lower bound for the mass of nuts in the bag. This is for the mass of nuts. All right, calculate the upper bound and the lower bound of the mass of seeds in the bag. Okay, so just for the seeds we have to find, because this is the mass of the nuts and seeds, this is the mass of nuts, we have to find for the seeds, right? So let me write this down. We can say mass of mixed nuts and seeds, this would be equals to nuts plus the seeds. right? We have to solve for the seeds only, so we have to subtract the nuts, right? So we can say mass of mixed nuts and seeds subtract mass of nuts. This would be equals to mass of seeds. So that is the equation that we are going to use. So we have to find the upper and the lower bound. So it is a subtraction. So whenever we have a difference, how can we find out? Let me show you guys. Okay. Let me use a different sheet of paper for this. So in difference, whenever we are working with the uppers and the lower bounds, so we can say the mass of seeds, this would be equals to the mixed minus nuts. This is the difference equation. The mass of seeds would be equals to the mass of mixed, means the nuts and seeds, minus the mass of nuts. All right. So whenever we are working with the upper bound, okay, so for upper bound, what we have to do, seeds, mass of seeds, we are working with the upper bounds. This would be equals to the mixed mass. You have to use the upper bound of this. Subtract the nuts, you have to use the lower bound. Whenever we are dealing the upper and the lower bounds in difference, for upper bound the first quantity would be upper and the next would be lower. For lower bound, the first is lower and the second should be upper. All right, so the mixed upper we have already done. You can see this is upper bound for mixed and this is a lower bound for the nuts. 505 is the upper bound, minus 347.5. okay, yeah, 505, subtract answer 175.5. this is 157.5. this is the mass in grams, upper bound of upper bound. Write this down, 157.5. all right, let's work on the lower bound now. Now for the lower bound, what we're gonna do, seeds, again the same equation. We are dealing with the seeds, we are dealing with the mixed nuts minus the nuts. Okay, so for the lower bound, the first quantity used the value of the lower and the second one used the value of upper. Okay, the mixed lower is this and the upper nuts would be this. Okay, this would be 495, take away 352.5. 495 minus 352.5. This would be 142.5. 142.5 grams. All right, that would be the lower bound. Let me write this down, 142.5. all right. Question number 2, part A. The table shows the age and the value of 10 cards of the same model. Age in years and the value in dollars. Number 1, complete the scatter diagram. The first 6 points have been plotted for you. The next point is when the age is 5 years, the value is 4,500. For 5 years, the value is 4,500. This is the 5 years, right? This is 4,000. 4,000 and 5,000. So this is 4,000, this is 4,200, 4,400, 4,500 is this point. Okay, corresponding to 5, 1, 2, and in the middle this point. All right, next for 6 years, 3,000. 6 years is just the 3,000. 8 years, 1,500. 8 years. Right, this is 1,000 and 1,200, 1,400, 1,500 in the middle. Again for 8 years it is 2,000. For 8, 2,000. Right, the scatter diagram is completed. Number 2, draw a line of best fit. Okay, Let's see which line is the best fit. Yeah, I guess this would be the line of best fit. Now for part 3, use your line of best fit to find an estimate for the value of a car of this model for that are 7-year-old. Okay, the value of the car that is 7-year-old. 7-year, just read from the line of best fit. It should be in the middle, not this in the middle. Yeah, this is $2,200, $2,300 $300 according to my line of best fit. It can be different in your case according to this question is the estimated one. Now for part 4, Jay has a car of this model that is 12 years old and he wants to find its value. 12 years old and he wants to find the value of that car. Explain why Jay should not use this scattered diagram. Sorry. Explain why J should not use the scatter diagram to find an estimate for the value of this car. As you can see, he cannot use the scatter diagram because 12 is out of the range of the data. We have no value for 12. We have the value between 0 to 8 years of the cars, right? So the reasoning is 12 years is outside of the range of given data. Now for part B, J records the distance traveled by 50 cars. The frequency table shows the results. The distance D 1000 kilometer. It means this is 10,000, 40,000, right? And the frequency you have given. The total, the sum of frequency should be equals to 50. 8 plus 14 plus 11 plus 17. This is 50, yes. Number 1, work out the fraction of cars that have traveled more than 50,000 kilometer. This is 50,000 and this is more than 50 to 60, 60 to 100. So more than 50,000 are these two, which is 11 plus 17 out of the total. Total are 50 cars. Okay, 11 plus 17 would be 28. So 28 out of 50, this would be the fraction, but you have to find the answer in its simplest form. So 28 over 50 in its simplest form is 14 over 25. Right. Now for the second part, find the interval that contains the median. All right. Interval that contains the median. Median is basically middle value of the data, or we can say half of the value. Half of 50, which is equals to 25th value. At what interval we have 25? Okay, so let's see. When we have 8 plus 14, we have 22, not 25, right? Plus 11. So in this interval, it contains 25. So the interval is 50 is less than D is less than equals to 60. That is the interval. Now for part 3, calculate an estimate of the mean distance traveled. Mean has a formula which is equals to sum of fx divided by the total number of cars, which are 50. F is the frequency, and what is x? X is the midpoint of intervals. What is the midpoint of this interval? To get the midpoint, we have to add the two components and divide it by 2. The midpoint is 25 for this interval for 10 and 40. 10 plus 40 divided by 2, yes. 40 and 50 divided by 2. The midpoint is 45. 50 plus 60 by 2. 55 is the midpoint. And 60 plus 100 by 2 is 80 is the midpoint. Now what is f and x? The product of the frequency and the midpoint, which is 25 times 8. This is 200. And the next is 14 times 45. This is 630. 11 times 55 is 605. And 80 times 17 is 1360. Okay, now let me find the sum of fx. So the mean, you have to add 200, 630, 605 and 1360 and divided by the total number of cards are 50. This would be the mean distance traveled. Okay, 200, 630 and 605 and 1360 divided by 50. 55.9 is the mean. 55.9 thousand kilometer. Question number 3, part A. The diagram shows a tank. The tank is a cuboid with the length 1.2 meters, width is 0.6 meters, and the height is 8 meters. The volume of a tank is 1.8 meter cube. The volume of a tank, which is a cuboid, means the volume of cuboid we have given. Number 1, calculate the value of H. So the volume of cuboid is equals to length into width into height, which is 1.8, and this is 1.2, 0.6 and h. So just solve for the height. So 1.8 divides 1.2 times by 0.6, and this would be the height. Simplify. We have 1.2 times 0.6 and 1.8 divided by answer is 2.5. The height is 2.5 meters. Now for the second part, fuel is pumped into the empty tank at a rate of 0.2 meter cube per minute. Okay, so in 1 minute, how much the volume is filled? 0.2 meter cube of the tank would be filled. Calculate the time taken, how much time it will take to fill the tank 90% of its volume. So first we have to find what is 90% of the volume of the tank. This is 90% of the volume of the tank is 1.8. Let me just simplify. 90 divided by 100 times 1.8. This is 1.62. 1.62 meter cube. All right. So going back, we can say if 1 meter cube takes 1 out of 0.2 minutes. All right. So we have to find for 1 meter cube. So divide both sides by 0.2. Okay. So what about 1.62 meter cube? How much time it will take? 1.62 over 0.2 minutes it will take. So I just multiplied both sides of this equation by 1.62. 1.62 divides 0.2. This is 8.1 minutes. 8.1 minutes, but we have to find the answers in terms of minutes and seconds. So you have to use the time key. 8 hours and 6 minutes. Sorry, 8 minutes and 6 seconds it will take. Now for part B, the diagram shows a tank with an open top. Keep in mind the top is open. The tank is a prism with the trapezium ABCD as its cross section. Okay, the cross section ABCD, this is a trapezium. It's a prism, and this, the cross sections are the trapeziums. Okay, A, D and B, C both are 70. A to D and B to C both are 70, right? And C to D is 80. And what is AB? AB is 110 centimeter. The base of the tank is a square. So the base is a square. This base is a square, means 80, 80, 80, 80. This side is also 80. This side is 80. This side is also 80. And this AB to C, this side is 70. We have given, right? Calculate the total surface area of outside of the tank. Okay, so we have to find the total surface area for the outer tank, right? So this face is a trapezium, this face is a trapezium. So we have to find the areas of two trapeziums. The base is a square. We have to find the area of a square. This side, C, B, F, G, this side and this side, these two are the rectangles. You can see this is 80 and this is 70. And this is also 70 and this would be 80, right? Two rectangles, two trapeziums, and one square, right? So area of square, this would be equals to side times side. Area of a square, side square basically. So 80 times 80. This would be the area of the square. That is the base. 80 times 80. This would be 6,400 centimeter square. Now area of two rectangles. All right, so 2 into length times width. Area of a rectangle is length times width, so it is 2. So the length is 80 and the width is 70. So 2 into 80 into 70, this is 11,200 centimeter square. All right, now we have two trapeziums as well. Area of two trapeziums, which is 2 into area of a trapezium is half sum of parallel sides multiply by the height. Okay, so what are the two parallel sides? 80 and 110. These are the two parallel sides, but we don't know about the height. All right, let me draw this trapezium separately over here to make the situation more understandable for you guys. Okay, so this is a trapezium A, B, C, and D. This is 70, this is 70, this is 80, and this is 110. So if I draw the straight line from here and the straight line from here, you can see this is 80, this side, this also, this whole length is also equals to 80. You have to break the rest of the length. How much is left? From 110 subtract 80, this would be equals to 30. So these two lengths are split into 30 divided by 2, means this length is 15, this length is also 15. 80, 15, and 15 is 110. All right, so if I consider this right angle triangle, you can see it is a right angle triangle, and this perpendicular one is the height, right? So apply Pythagoras theorem. Okay, so from here, hypotenuse is 70, its square, equals to the height square plus the 15 square, right? Hypotenuse square equals to sum of the square of the other two legs of the triangle. Same case for this as well. Okay, let me solve for the height. 70 square minus 15 square and the square root. This would be my height. Okay, 70 square minus 15 square, square root of answer, this is 63.374. The height would be 68.374 centimeter. That would be the height. Let's plug the height into this trapezium. Okay, so we can say area of two trapezium is going to be 2, and this 2 is cancelled out. Sum of the parallel sides are 80 and 110. 80 plus 110 multiplied by the height is 68.374. Okay, this is going to multiply with 80 plus 110. This would be the area, which is 12991.1 centimeter square. So the total surface area, now we have to find out the total one. So we can say total surface area, this is going to be the sum of this, this, and this. 6,400 plus 11,200 plus 12,991.1. This add up to 6,400 and this add up to 11,200. That's the area, which is 30,591.1 centimeter square. Question number 4, part A. Anya buys 4 shirts and 3 hats. She pays $100 and receives 21.50 in change. Okay, so cost of 4 shirts and 3 hats. What is the total cost of 4 shirts and 3 hats? She paid 100 and received 21.50 change. Okay, so from 100 subtract 21.50, the cost is $78.50. All right, each shirt cost the same. All the 4 shirts cost the same. Each hat cost is this much. Cost of one hat is 13.50. Now cost of 3 hats is 3 times 13.50. Okay, so 3 times 13.50, this is $40.5 is the cost of 3 hats, and the total she pays this. So we can say cost of 4 shirts means from the total 78.50 we have to subtract 40.5. Okay, 78.5 subtract 40.5, $38. $38 is the cost of 4 shirts. Okay, now we can say we have to find the cost of one shirt, right? So we can say cost of one shirt, this would be equals to $38 divided by 4, $9.5. All right. Now for part B, the exchange rate between the dollars and the euros is given. Okay, Anya buys a new camera for this much dollars. She sees, okay, let's convert the dollars into euros. If $1 is this much, then what about $150 is in euros? Is 150 times 0.91. 150 times 0.91. This in euros is 136.5. She sees the same camera for sale online for 140 euros. All right, calculate the difference between the price in dollars and the price in euros. Give your answer in dollars, correct to the nearest cent. Okay, so she buys a new camera for $150 or 136.5 euros. Now she sees the same camera for sale online is 140 euros and she buys in 136.5 euros. So what is the difference in the price? Difference in price. This would be from 140 euros, you have to subtract 136.5 euros. Okay, 140 subtract answer is 3.5 euros basically. This would be the difference in euros, but they said calculate the difference in between the price in dollars and the price in euros. Give your answer in dollars, correct to the nearest cent. We have to convert this into dollars. Okay, so according to the exchange rate, 1 euro is in terms of dollar is 1 over 0.91. What about 2.5 euros? 2.5 over 0.91. Okay, 2.5 divide 0.91. This is 2. Sorry, this is not 2.5, it's 3.5. 140 minus 136.5. I calculated 3.5, but I wrote 2.5. It is 3.5, and we have 3.5 and 3.5 divided by 0.91 is this much. So $3.85 we can say, after rounding. Now for part C, Anya invests $600 in a saving account. The account pays a compound interest at a rate of R% per year. At the end of 3 years, the total investment is this much. Calculate the value of R. It's a compound interest. Use the formula for compound interest. A would be equals to P into 1 plus R to the power T. So amount at the end of 3 year is $21.86. Investment is 600. Okay. Sorry, that is not the amount. Investment is 600. 1 plus R over 100, and the time is 3 year. To get the amount, how to get the amount? Total interest is this much, so the amount is equals to investment, we have to add the interest. This formula we have to use. Investment is 600, interest is 21.86. Okay, 600 plus 21.86, this is 621.86. Okay, that would be the amount, 621.86. All right, let's solve for R. So 621.86 divided by 600. This is 1 plus R over 100, its whole cube. Okay, divided by 600. 1.0364, and this is 1 plus R over 100, its whole cube. To get rid of cube, taking the cube roots on both sides, this cube and cube root is cancelled out. So answer cube root is 1.0119. 1.0199. This would be equals to 1 plus R over 100. All right. So now we have to subtracting 1.011199, subtract 1, this would be R over 100. So what is R? Okay, so you have to subtract 1. This is 0.01199. You have to times by 100. This is 1.19. R is 1.19, or if I round it to R would be equals to 1.2. Interest rate is 1.2%. Question number 5. Mandeep has these 9 number cards. These are the 9 number cards, part A. She takes one of the cards, 9 cards at random, notes the number and replaces it. Find the probability that the card shows an odd number. Odd numbers are 1, 1, 5, 7. 1, 2, 3, 4. 4 are odd numbers out of the total 9 numbers. That is the probability. Now for part B, Mandeep takes one of the 9 cards at random, notes the number and replaces it. She then takes a second card at random. Find the probability that both cards shows the number 1. Okay, so the first card shows the number 1. How many ones we have? So 2 ones we have out of 9. So since she replaces it, the other card 2 are 1 out of 9 because she put it back. Right? It's not without replacement, it replaces it, right? So 2 times 2 is 4, 9 times 9 is 81. So 4 times 4 by 81 is the probability. Now for part C, Mandeep takes 2 of the 9 cards at random without replacement. Now without putting the card back. She calculates the product of the 2 numbers shown. The product of the 2 numbers shown. Find the probability that the product is less than 5. Okay, so for this part, she takes 2 cards out of 9. All right, and their product of those 2 numbers should be less than 5. Okay, so let's say the product of 2 numbers, the 2 numbers are number 1 and number 2, that should be less than 5. So what are the available options? So if we can take 1, 1, 2, 2, 2, all these numbers, their products are less than 5. 1 times 1, 1 times 2, 1 times 2, 1 times 2, 2 times 1, or 2 times 2, you will get the product less than 5. For the rest of these 4 cards, you will get the product more than 5. All right, so basically for the part C, we have only 5 options. These 5 cards she can pick, and without replacement, out of these 9 cards, right? Okay, so now let's say available options of cards are 1, 1, 2, 2, or 2. Okay, the probability of picking the probability of the first number. All right. So the product of two numbers should be less than 5. How many numbers? There are 5 numbers she can pick whose products are less than 5 out of the 9 options, right? And let's say the second number she picked are how many? If she picked already one number, 4 options are left out of 8 options, right? So she picked the 2 numbers, the 2 cards, and their product should be less than 5. So these are the 5 numbers whose product can be less than 5. All right, now the first card she picked, there are 5 options for the first card out of the 9 cards, and the second card she picked are 4 options out of 8 cards, right? Now let me find out their probability. Probability that the product should be less than 5 is 5 by 9 times 4 by 8. Just simplify. 5 times 4, this is equals to 20. 9 times 8 is 72. And 20 out of 72 is 5 out of 18. Right, that is the probability, 5 by 18. Question number 6, part A. Complete the table for this function. When x is equals to -3, we have to solve for y. Okay, x value is -3. So this would be, let me simplify, 2 times -3 square, it's 3 square, minus x is -3 minus 10, and times it by -3 divided by 4. This is -33 by 4, or -8.25. Okay, part B. Draw the graph of the function for x is between -3 to +3. -3 we already done, which is 8.25. Here x is -3, and here y equals to -8. Okay, so this is 1, 2, 3, 4, and 5 blocks. Okay, -8, -8.2, -8.25 is this point in the middle. Okay, -2, it's 0, this point. For -1, 1.75, -1, this is 1, 1.2, 1.4, 1.6, 1.75 is this number. 0, it's 0. Okay, 1 and -2.25, 1. This is -2, -2.2, and 5 is in the middle over here. -2, 2, and -2. Add 2, the value is -2. And add 3, it is 3.75. 3 in the top, sorry. 3, we have 3, 3.2, 3.4, 3.6, 3.75 is this point. Okay, now we have all the points. Let me join them to get the smooth curve for this function. All right, make sure your sketch passes through all the points which we have mentioned. It's a cubic this shape does look like a cubic function. Now for part C, the equation. This is a whole equation where k would be equals to y. So y equals to k. Because as you can see in the question, we have the same equation. Just the y is replacing with k, right? The equation has exactly 2 solutions. Use your graph to find the possible values of k. All right, 2 solutions means when y equals to k has 2 solutions. All right. So as you can see, if we can say y equals to 0, it has 1, 2, 3 solutions, and here it cuts that 3 point. So this is the point, it has 2 solutions. So what is that? Just read it. Read the graph and you will get the two solutions. You can see the graph, the line intersect at 2 points. All right, so this would be, we can say 1.8 or 1.75. Yeah, because it is in the middle. When x is 1.75, it has one solution, sorry, two solution. When k value, sorry, and the other is at the bottom, it has two solutions. We can say negative 2 point something, 2.2, negative 2.4 we can say, or negative 2.2, negative 2.3 we can say. Yeah, 2.3, 2.2, sorry, just 2.3, because you can see at x is equals to 1, the y is negative 2.25. So at negative, this is negative 2.25 and this line, so negative 2.3 you can pick. Yeah. Okay, now for part D, by drawing a suitable line on the grid, find the solution of this equation. All right, so we have the equation y equals to x by 4 into 2x square minus x minus 10. Let me simplify. Y equals to 2x cube, just multiplying with x, right? And cube minus x square minus 10x, and this 4 is cross multiplied with the y over here. So you can see 2x cube minus x square minus 10x, this whole thing is same. So we can, from these two things, we can assess that 4y would be equals to 2x minus 4, dividing by 4 throughout the equation. So we have to find that suitable line. Y would be equals to 1 by 2x minus 1. This is the suitable line which we have to draw on the grid. The y-intercept is negative 1 and the slope is 1 by 2. Okay, label the y-intercept, which is negative 1, the slope is 1 by 2, the rise is 1 unit and the run is 2 units. This would be the line joining the 2 points. All right. Now we have to find their solutions. At what point it cuts the x-axis. All right. This point, two point 1, 2, 3, 3, 5 minus 2.35. Okay, at this point, what is that point? 0.123, 0.3 something, we can say 0.35. Okay, and the last one, you can say this point, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 2.5 or 6 we can take, 2.5. Now, so these are the three solutions when the line cuts the graphs. Question number 7, part A, we have to solve this equation. So 4x would be equals to 16, take away 7. Shifting the 7 on the other side, this becomes 16 minus 7 is 9. So 4x would be equals to 9. So x is equals to 9 by 4. 9 by 4 is the x value. Part B, we have to solve this. So 4 minus y equals to 30 by 5. 5 times 6 is 30. So 4 minus y would be equals to 6, and 4 minus 6 equals to y. So shifting the y on the other side and 6 on the other side. So the y value is negative 2. Part C, write down all integer values only that satisfy this inequality. All right. So what is 3 by 2? 1.5, yes. Between negative 1.5 is less than equals to x is less than 3. Draw the number line and find out all the integer values only. Okay. Let's say this is negative 2, negative 1, 0, 1, 2, 3. All right. So negative 1.5 is in the middle, right? Till negative 3. This is not included. The integer values are minus 1, 0, 1, 2. right? -1, 0, 1 and 2, these are the integer values. Now for part D, rearrange the formula to make x the subject. Cross multiplication, 3xy equals to 4y minus x. 3xy plus x would be equals to 4y. Shifting the x on the other side and take x common. 3y plus 1 equals to 4y. Make x the subject, so 4y over 3y plus 1. This would be the equation in terms of x. Right. Now for part E, we have to simplify this. Alright. So in the numerator 3 and 12, 3 is common. And x square, y square just stays the same. 3 times 4 is 12x square minus y square. Okay, let me just solve the numerator first. Okay, this would be equals to 3 is common. Here we have 2x square minus y square. Difference of square basically 3. 2x plus y into 2x minus y. We have to use the formula of difference of squares, which is equals to a square minus b square. Their factors are a plus b and a minus b. Right. Now solve the denominator now. So the denominator is 2x square plus 8x minus xy minus 4y. Alright, 2 is common and x is common. X is left and 2 times 4 is 8. Negative y is common. So x and plus 4 is left, yes. So the factors are 2x minus y and we have x plus 4. So now simplify both. So 3 into 2x plus y into 2x minus y. This is a factor of the numerator and the denominator is 2x minus y and x plus 4. Right, cancel the like factors from the numerator and the denominator, so we are left with 3 into 2x plus y over x plus 4. So this is a simplified form. Question number 8. ADB and AEC are two straight lines, and B to C and D to E, they are parallel. We have BC, we have BD, we have DE and CE. All right. Number A, complete the missing angles and reasons to show that the triangle ABC and the triangle ADE, these two triangles are similar. All right, so we have to complete the missing angles and the reasons to show the two triangles are similar. When the two triangles are similar, all the three angles should be equal, same. In triangle ABC and triangle ADE, angle BAC, where is B, A and C? So this angle for this triangle ABC and this angle for the smaller triangle are same because they are the common angle. DAE, D, A and E. Okay, now angle ABC, ABC, this angle for this bigger triangle and this angle of the smaller triangle AD and E, they are same. A, D and E, because they are the corresponding angle. They are the corresponding angle. And the angle ACB, A, C and B, this angle for this bigger triangle and the angle AED of the smaller triangle, these two are same because they are the corresponding angles. A, E and D. Corresponding angles are same. All right, as the three pairs of angles are equal, the triangle ABC and the triangle ADE are similar, right? Because the pair of three angles are equal. Number B, show that AD is this and AE is this. AD, this, and AE, this. We have to show these two lengths. All right, since the two triangles are similar, as we proved in A part, all the three pair of angles are equal, then the ratios of their corresponding sides are same, right? So if I consider this smaller triangle, okay, let me draw the triangles separately. So let me draw the triangles over here to visualize the situation. Let's say this is the smaller one. Okay, the smaller triangle is A, D, and E, and the larger one is A, B, C. This is A, this is B, and this is C. All right, we have BC, this is 9.8, and this side is 5.6. We don't have AD, we have AB. AB is basically a 2.7 plus AD. Let me show you what is AB. 2.7 plus AD. AC is 3.9 plus AE. This is 3.9 plus AE. All right. Okay, we have to solve for AD. So what is AD? The ratio of AD, this side and this side, right? Over AD plus 2.7. This would be equals to the given one. These two sides. 5.6 over, we can say, 9.8. The ratios of the corresponding sides are equal. The ratio of this side and this side, they are same. Let me solve for AD. Cross multiplication 9.8 AD. This would be equals to 5.6 AD plus 2.7, right? So 9.8 of AD equals to 5.6 of AD, and 5.6 and 2.7. 5.6 times 2.7, this would be 15.12 plus 15.12. So 9.8 AD minus 5.6 AD, this is 15.12. So let me subtract 9.8 and 5.6. This would be 4.2 AD. This is equals to 15.12, and AD would be equals to 15.12 over 4.2. 15.12 divides 4.2, 3.6. So 3.6 is the value for AD. So this AD is 3.6. All right. Let me solve the next one, which is AE. By using the same concept I'm doing. AE, the ratio of this side and this side, 3.9 and AE, over 3.9 plus AE. This should be equals to 5.6 and 9.8, the ratio of these two sides. 5.6 over 9.8. Cross multiplication 9.8 AE. This is 5.6 into 3.9 plus AE. This is 9.8 AE, and this is 5.6 AE plus 5.6 and 3.9. 5.6 times 3.9, 21.84. Right, 9.8 AE minus 5.6 AE. This would be 21.84. 9.8 and 5.9. 9.8, 5.6, 4.2. We already did. This is 4.2 of AE is to 21.84. So what is AE? AE is 21.84 over 4.2. Divides 4.2 is 5.2. So AE is equals to 5.2. And the other one is 3.6. Now for part C, calculate the angle DAE. We have D, A, and E. This angle we have to calculate. So consider this triangle ADE. Let me draw this triangle separately so you can visualize the situation. We have the three sides of the triangle. One angle we have to find A, D and E. This side is 5.6 which is given, and we found this side 3.6 and this is 5.2. We have to find this angle DAE. All the three sides are given. We have to find one angle. So apply law of cosine. Law of cosine. This would be DE 5.6 because we have to find its front angle. So this side we have to take as a principal. 5.6 square equals to 3.6 is one side, its square. The other side 5.2 square minus 2 into 3.6 into 5.2 into cos of theta. Let's say this angle is theta, which we are dealing with. So 5.6 square minus 3.6 square minus 5.2 square divides minus 2 into 3.6 into 5.2. This would be cos theta. All right. 5.6 square minus 3.6 square. All right, and minus 5.2 square. This is minus 8.64. Minus 2 into 3 minus 2 times 3.6 times 5.2. Minus 37.44. This is cos theta. Let me solve for theta, which is cos inverse of 8.64 over 37.44. Cos inverse 8.64 divides 37.44. The 76 point. Okay, this angle is 76.657. I'll round it to 76.67 or just 7 we can say in degrees. Yes. Now for part D, calculate the area of the triangle ABC. Okay, look at this triangle ABC. A, B and C. These two sides we have, this angle we have. Let me draw this triangle. A, B and C. Okay, this is A, this is B and this is C. So what is AB? 3.6 and 2.7, the sum of these two. 3.6 plus 2.7. This is 6.3. This side is 6.3. And B to C is 9.8. And what is A is to C? This is 5.2 and 3.9. Okay, 5.2 and 3.9, 9.1. This length is 9.1 and this angle is 76.7. Let me find out the formula for area of the triangle. So area of triangle ABC. This is half. These are the two sides and the sine of angle between them, right? The two sides are 6.3 into 9.1 into sine of this angle 76.7. Just simplify. Sine, it's degrees. 76.7 times 9.1 times 6.3 divided by 2, which is 27.89. 27.89 or 27.9, rounded to the centimeter square. Question number 9, part A. A, B, C and D are the points on the circle center O. A, B, C, D, these are the points on the circumference of a circle having a center O. AOD and OCE. OC and E are straight lines. This is a straight line and this is a straight line. All right. DE, D to E, this is the tangent to the circle at point D. So tangent is, this is tangent. Tangent is always perpendicular to the diameter or the radius of the circle. This is a right angle. The first information, angle ABC, ABC is given. Angle and the side D to E is given. Calculate the radius of the circle. Radius of the circle is basically OA, OD or OC. Okay, so first here use the concept of cyclic quadrilateral. A, B, C, D. This is a cyclic quadrilateral. This is a quadrilateral inside the circle. So the opposite angles in a cyclic quadrilateral add up to 180. Opposite angles are the supplementary angle. A and D are opposite, B, D are opposite angles. A and C are opposite angles, right? So the first concept I'm using, opposite angles in a cyclic quadrilateral. Add up to 180 degrees. So what are the opposite angles? Angle B and angle D are the opposite angles. So here angle B plus angle D, this should be equals to 180. Angle B is 126 degree. We don't know angle D, and this add up to 180 degree. So angle D, this should be from 180. We have to subtract 126 degrees. Let me find that angle. 180 minus 126, which is 54 degrees. This is 54 degrees. All right. So here this angle is 54 degrees. Now consider this triangle O, C and D. OC is the radius, this is, and OD and OC, there are two same sides. So the two angles should be same, right? So this concept, second one I'm using over here. Consider triangle OCD. OC is equals to OD, radii of a circle. Okay. This implies angle C is equals to angle D, which is 54 degrees. All right. So this is an isosceles triangle. Two sides are same, two angles should be same. So what is this third angle? So all angles of a triangle add up to 180 degree. So we can say angle O plus 54 equals to 180. What is angle O? This is, what is 54 plus 54? 108. From 180 minus 108, 180 take away, answer is 72 degrees. So angle O would be 72 degrees. This angle is 72 degrees. Now we have to consider this right angle triangle O, D and E. This right angle triangle. Number 4. Consider triangle O, D and E. Let me draw this triangle as well. This is a right angle triangle. Okay. So this is O, this is D and this is E. The right angle at D, this angle is 72 degrees and this side is 10.5. We have to find the radius. The radius is OD, OC, OA. You can pick any one. So what is right angle triangle? We can use a primary trigonometric ratios. We have to, this angle front side is opposite and this is adjacent. So use a ratio of tangent. We can say tan of 72 degrees opposite is 10.5 and adjacent side is OD. Cross multiplication OD would be 10.5 divide tangent of 72 degrees. Okay, in degrees, right? Tangent 72, 10.5 divided by answer is 3.411. So we can say this answer is 3.41 centimeter. That's the radius. Now part B, P, Q and Q are the points on a different circle center O. The angle of the minor sector POQ is 82 degrees. The length of the minor arc PQ, this minor arc, its length is 7.23 centimeter. Calculate the area of the major arc. This is the major arc P, O, P and Q. This is in degrees, so we can say area of major sector, sorry, not arc, area of major sector or area of sector of a circle is theta over 360 degree pi r square. What is theta? First figure out what is theta. Theta is this angle. The whole circle is 360. From 360 degree we have to take away 82 degrees to get this major angle. 360 minus 82, 278, right? This is 278 degrees. We have theta 360 pi, but we don't have the radius, this. Okay, let me solve for the radius. We have given the information about the arc length. Arc length as a formula, theta over 360 degree into 2 pi r. Arc length is 7.3. This is for PQ, minor. We're working with the minor arc, right? This is theta is 82, 360, 2 pi r, right? So simplify 82 and 360. 82 divide 360 degree. All right. And we have 7.3, okay, times 360 degree and divided by 82 degrees, multiply by 2 pi. This is my r, the radius. Simplify 7.3 times 360, 2628 over 2 pi times 82, 515.22. 2628 divided by answer, this is 5.1. R is 5.1 centimeters. Yes, that's the radius we got. Now plug the value of the radius back to this equation. You will get the length of the major arc. Okay, area of the major arc. We can say area of sector, major sector, area of a sector is theta is 278 over 360 pi and the radius square. Okay, take it square, times it by pi, times it by 278 and divide it by 360. 63.118, 63.118, or we can say 63.1 centimeter square. Now question number 10, the cost of apples is X cent per kilogram. 1 kilogram cost is X cents. All right, Meena spent $9 on apples. Number A, write down an expression for the mass in kilograms of apples Meena receives. So $9 is equals to 900 cents, right? 1 kilogram cost is X cents, and 1 kilogram cost is X cents. How much kilogram cost is 900 cents? So the mass, so this is from 900 divided by x, because the cost of 1 kilogram of apple is x cents. Then how many apples you will get in 900 cents? So 900 cents divided by x. Now for part B, the cost of pear is 40 cents per kilogram. So 1 kilogram of pear is cost is 40 cents more than the cost of apples. The cost of apples of one per kilogram, the cost of apple is x cents, and the cost of pear is 40 cents per kilogram more than the cost of apples. So plus the cost of apples is x cents. Okay, so we can say from this equation the cost of 1 kilogram of 1 kilogram cost of pears is equals to 40 cents plus x, because 1 per kilogram the cost of pear is 40 cents plus the cost of apples, right? Meena spent $9 on pears. Again, $9 is equals to 900 cents because we are working with the cents. The mass of pear Meena receives, this is the mass of apple, mass of apples she receives, right? The mass of pear she receives is 0.75 kilogram less than the mass of apples. Means the difference between the mass of apples, the mass of pears, and this would be equals to 0.75. It's a difference. Mass of apples is 900 over x minus the mass of pear is again 900 over 40 plus x. This would be equals to 0.75. Form an equation in x and show it to simplify to this, right? Now you can easily get the mass of pears Meena receives is this much is less than the mass of apples. It means the difference between the mass of apples and the mass of pears is equals to this much, right? Now let's simplify. 900 is 40 plus x minus 900 with x, and this would be 0.75 x and 40 plus x, right? 900 times 40, 36,000 plus 900x minus 900x, and this should be 0.75x times 40. This is 30x. 0.75x times x, 0.75x square. So this and this is cancelled out. Shift this term on the other side. This becomes 0.75x square plus 30x minus 36,000 equals to 0. But we have to make the x square coefficient 1. So divide throughout the equation by 0.75, 0.75, 0.75. Here you will get x square. 30 divided 0.75, this is 40 plus 40x, and 36,000 divide 0.75 is 48,000 minus 48000 equals to 0. So it is proved. Part C, solve the equation, show you're working. It's a quadratic equation. Apply the quadratic formula. X equals to negative of b plus minus square root b square minus 4 times the a value times the c value divided by 2 times of the a value, right? So x would be equals to negative 40 plus minus negative, and negative is positive, 4 times 48,000 is this, and add up with 40 square is this, and the square root of answer is 440, and divided by 2. Okay, minus 40 plus 440 divided by 2 is 200. X is equals to 200. or minus 40 minus 440 divided by 2 is minus 240. Minus 240. So these are the two solutions. So what x value we are going to use? As you can see, the cost of apple is x cent per kilogram. The cost is always positive. So this value we are going to use. This is the cost of apples per kilogram. Now for part D, Navinder buys 1.5 kilograms of apples and 0.8 kilograms of pear. Work out the total amount he pays in dollars. Okay, so we know that the x value is 200 and negative 240. So we have to pick the positive one because cost never be negative, right? What is the cost of apples? As we know that 1 kilogram apples have a cost x, right? 1 kg apples is equals to $200. X cents, sorry, 200 cents. And what is the cost of 1 kg pears? This is cost of pear is 40 cents per kilogram, more than the cost of apples, which is 40 plus x cents, right? This is 40 plus 200 cents. This is the cost. Now just simplify. Apples are 1.5 kilograms of apples. Multiply by 200 cents, right? Plus 0.8 kilograms of pears. Multiply with 40 plus 200 cents. Simplify the answer. 1.5 times 200. Sorry, 1.5 times 200. This is 300. 0.8 times 240. This is 192. And add up with 300. 492. 492. This is in cents. But we have to find in dollars how much is paid. So you have to divide it by 100, which is 4.2. $4.92, right? So that was the last question of our paper. If you have any queries, please let me know in the comment section, and please subscribe to my channel. Thank you for watching. See you next time. Take care.